Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will be talking you or showing you how you can view other players profile using Google Play game services in Expo React Native for Android. So let's get started. So first you need to go to this particular URL over here to create an Expo React Native application. So I'll just open it inside a new tab. I have already created the application. I am using this blank TypeScript template, but you can use whatever template you feel like. So just run this particular command. Once you run this command, it will ask you for your application name, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Then just copy this particular URL over here and open it inside a new tab. Like I said, at the time of me recording this video, there is no third-party library available to achieve this functionality, so we need to write native code for this. So I have already done again all of this setup, so I'm just quickly showing it to you. Just select Android device, select development build. I have disabled EAS, select your operating system. I have already installed Watchman. I've already installed Cache Zulu. I have set the Java home. I have already installed Android Studio as well. So you'll have to do all of this setup. I'll simply scroll through this. Once that is done, you need to cd to your Expo React Native application which you have just created and run this particular command. Once that is done, you will need to run this particular command, so it will create an Android folder for you. Let me quickly show it to you. So here you can see Android folder. It will ask you, do you want to run the application? Don't run it now, we'll run it later on. Okay, once that is done, you will have to come to this particular URL over here and open it inside a new tab. So here again I'll simply scroll through this and I'll just run this command. So this will ask you some questions like what should be the module name and everything. I have just kept everything as default and just press enter 3 times and it should create a module folder for you, something like this. Okay, so this is done. Now to use this Google Play game services, you require a paid Google Play developer or Google Play console account. So I already have a paid account. If you don't have it, you will have to pay it, otherwise you won't be able to test it. So let's just jump onto Google Play console. Okay, so inside Google Play console you will first have to click on this create app button, so I'll just click on it. Okay, next we need to give it some name, so I'll just give it a name as Travel Mass. Okay, then here you need to select it as game only, you cannot select it as an app. Here I'll just select free and I'll just check this particular checkbox. I'll just click on create app. So let's just wait for a few seconds. Now in the meantime, what you can do is just open Android Studio. Let's just wait, because we need to generate SHA-1 certificate as well. So according to me, using Android Studio is the best option, but if you have different ways of generating SHA-1, you can do that. So just go where your Expo project is located. So here is my Expo project. Just select Android folder and just open it inside Android Studio. This will take a bit of time. Now if you are like me and facing issues, like once the project is open, after a few seconds or few minutes you will get an issue like process node command not found, something like that, then you can just go to Android Studio, click on settings, go to Gradle, and here just change the Gradle SDK to 17, click on apply, click on OK, and then again click on this Gradle sync icon and things should be okay for you. Okay, once that is done, let's come back over here, and here you need to click on grow users, go to play game services, go to setup and management, then go to configuration over here, then here click on create new play game services project. Here you need to click on create new cloud project, click on go to Google Cloud Console. Then here I'll just give the name as Travel Mass. Again same thing what I gave it on Google Play console. I'll just click on create over here. Alright, then here you have to click on this 3 hamburger icon, go to API and services, click on OAuth consent screen, and here just click on clients. Okay, so here this is a classic mistake which happens. So here you can see it is selected my wrong project. Even after creating a project, here it is displaying the wrong project. So I just click on this drop down and this is my project, right, Travel Mass. So I'll just click on it and you should see something like this. Okay, so just click on get started. This is a weird thing with Google Cloud Console, and here again I'll just name it as Travel Mass. Okay, now I will quickly select my support email ID because this is my primary email address, so I can't really show it to you. So I'll just select my support email ID and just click on next. Okay, then here you just have to click on external over here, click on next, and here you can enter the same email address which you selected in first step. I'll just enter a different one for now. Okay, and I'll just click on next again, and I'll just check this checkbox. I'll click on continue. I'll click on create. Then you again have to click on clients. You have to click on create clients, and here you need to select web application, and here I have to click on create. I'll click on OK. We don't really require all of these details. Then again click on create client, and here I'll just select Android. Now it is asking me for the package name, so I'll just go to my Expo project, go to Android app, src main. Sorry, you need to go to this build.gradle file, and here you should see. So here you can see I have this com.anonymous.myexpo app. Now do not use such package names like anonymous. Google Play Console will reject your application. So I'll have to replace this word anonymous with a proper package name. So I'll just with the help of VS Code, I'll just search for wherever I see anonymous. So I only have it in 3 places, so should be pretty quick. So I'll just replace it with my package name, coding with nobody. Again, it should be your company name basically. So I'll just copy this, I'll paste it over here, Command V, and I'll just go to app.json as well. I'll paste it over here. Now one thing which you need to do is just go to Android main Java. Here you see anonymous. Instead of anonymous, write coding with nobody or whatever is your company name. Now if you already have opened it inside Android Studio, you will have to do a Gradle sync so that Android Studio also knows about these changes. Then let's just copy this, and let's come over here, and here I'll just paste it. Now there is a one interesting thing which I want to talk about. Like, at least for my own local setup, whenever I try to run the debug APK using the Expo command for Android, it never gets installed on my Android device. So typically what I do is I generate a release APK. You don't have to generate a release APK if you know that debug APKs get installed on your device, that's fine as well. Why I'm telling you this, because we need to generate SHA-1, and a SHA-1 for a debug APK is different than a release APK. Okay, so first in case if you are using debug APK, then I'll just quickly show you the command. So you just have to open this terminal window. Okay, let's just wait. All right, and here you are already inside the Android folder, and here you just need to run ./gradlew sign in. Okay, I always mess this up. Sign in report. Okay, so this will give you SHA-1, but there will be multiple SHA-1s, so don't rush. Let me quickly show it to you. In case at the very end if you are getting some kind of an error, it's mostly related to SHA-1 not been accurate. So make sure you are entering the right SHA-1. So let's just scroll down. Here you can see it has generated multiple SHA-1s. So you don't need to use this debug Android test. Sometimes the SHA-1s are same, sometimes they are different. I don't want debug optimized, debug release. So here most people will use this one, debug. So you'll have to copy this and paste it inside your Google Cloud Console. But like I said, I'm using a release APK, so I'll have to run some different commands. So let me just show you that command. Alright, before I show you what command we need to run, I'll tell you quickly how to generate a release APK. Now there are multiple ways to generate a release APK. I typically use Android Studio because according to me it's the easiest. So I'll just go to build, generate signed bundle. So here I'll just select APK for now, because we won't be uploading the APK to Google Play Console. So don't select Android app bundle, that's not important. Later on you will have to select Android app bundle when deploying it to Google Play Console. So I'll just select APK. Here I'll just click on create new. I'll just select the location where I want to save this. So I'll just go to downloads, my Expo app. Here I'll just click on save, and here I'll just give some password. Same password I will repeat over here. alias is key 0. Again, do remember this because this is very important. Again, I'll use the same thing over here. I'll use the same thing over here as well, and first name also I'll just enter something like this. Click on OK. Then I'll just click on remember password, click on next. I'll just select release over here and I'll just click on create. Now this will take a bit of time. In the meantime, what we can do is just go to Google Play console over here again. I'll just click on done over here, and here you can just click on refresh cloud projects. Then here you should be able to see your projects. If not, just wait for a couple of more minutes. And here I have selected my project. I'll just click on use over here. Right, let's just wait. Then here you need to click on create credentials. Here first click on add credentials, and first we haven't done with the Android setup, so for now I'll just select game server, and here I just click on refresh auth clients, and here I'll just select web client. I'll click on save changes over here. Okay, and then here I'll just go back. Here I'll just click on publish your project. We won't be publishing it, don't worry, because there are a couple of steps still pending. So here I'll just click on this description thing, and here I'll just copy this display name. I'll scroll down, I'll paste it over here, and here I'll just select game category, click on action. Okay, and here I'll just click on upload, and here I'll so firstly we need to select this image. I don't okay, so it is expecting the image to be 512 by 512, so my image is not. So let me quickly resize it. Again, these images are generated by AI tools like Gemini, so let me quickly resize it. So I'll just go to tools, just click on adjust size, and here I'll just uncheck this. I'll just make it 512 by 512. Click on enter. Command S to save. I'll minimize this. I'll click on upload again. I'll just select this. Click on open. And then a feature graphic also I have generated from Google. So I'll just select this feature graphic. I'll click on open again. And let's just wait. So the both are done. Then I'll just click on save changes over here. Let's just go back to Android Studio. So it has still not generated. Okay, let's just go back over here. So let's go through the code in the meantime. When it is generated, I'll show you the next step. So first I'll just close everything. So first you need to go to the modules folder, my module. Go to src, go to mymodule.type.ts, no sorry, mymodule.ts, and here we have created two methods. So all of this was present by default. I have just added two methods. First is the login method, which returns so the login method returns a player object. So there is a lot of details in the player object, but while sending it from native Android side to Expo React Native side, I'm just stringifying that data and sending it back. That's why I'm using it as string. And for viewing a player's profile, you require a player ID. Now a player ID you typically get when you log in a player in your game. So as soon as you get the player ID, you will need to store that player ID on your server. So I'm not covering that part of sending the API request to your own server. You can do that once you get the player ID from this particular login method. But like I said, you will have to parse that particular JSON as well, because I'm stringifying the JSON when sending it from native Android side to Expo React Native side. So for in this particular case, I will be hard coding the player ID because I know the player ID of my some other account which I'm already using. So that's why. Okay, so hopefully you got the point. Okay, next let's go to let's see how to use it first. So first you have to go to app.tsx, and these are all the imports which I am using. So first inside subscription, we are constantly listening for the user data. Okay, I think I'm not displaying that particular user data. Maybe I should display the user data as well, so that you guys can actually see. I'll just quickly create a state. Okay, and here I'll just import use state as well. Okay, and instead of this I'll replace this, and here I'll just replace set player data dot value. Okay, and here let me quickly show it to you. Inside use effect, we immediately call check login method so that it automatically log in, and once we get user is logged in, here we are listening for the data. This is how we listen for the data or get the data back. And here again I have created this check login method, which is basically doing my module dot login. Okay, now same method we are calling inside this button click listener as well. So we have two buttons, and the other buttons is used for viewing the. Okay, so here I have made a mistake, right? So here it should be because I have copy pasted some code, sorry about that. So let me, here it should be view players profile, right? So I'll just add it over here, and here it takes a player ID, so I'll just enter the player ID in a second. Okay, in the meantime what I'll do is I'll just create this text component over here, and here we'll just display the player data. Okay, I have done command S to save. Okay, so it has saved. Again, if you, I'll just quickly change this as well, style. Okay, so something like this. So you should be able to see your player data as well, and these are all the styles for it as well. Okay, so this is done. Now what you need to do is, okay, is this done? Okay, this is still not done. It has not generated the release. In the meantime, you can just go to the Android folder, the main Android folder, go to app, src, main, android manifest.xml, and here you need to add this metadata android colon name, this particular thing, and the value should be, you will get it from Google Play Console. So so this particular project ID which you see, this is the value. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here, command V. So this is done. Then you need to go to Android folder, src. Before that, go to build.gradle, and here inside dependency you need to add this dependency com.google android gms play services game version 2 21.0.0. then go to Java Expo modules, my modules, and go to my module.kt first, and here here these are all the imports. Okay, so feel free to pause the video and just copy this imports. Then here we have defined the state request view player profile, so it is 1001. Here we get hold of our context as well as activity in case if it is required, and here we have this variable game sign in client. Then inside again this code is present by default, so here we have added one more method called on create. So we just initialize our play game SDK as well as initialize our game sign in client as well. Again, this code was present by default, I have not changed any of this. So after this particular thing ends, here I have added this async function of login. So we just do game sign in client.sign in, add a complete listener, and if it is successful, then we just do play games.get player client, get current player, and add a complete listener as well. And if task is successful, we return the player object back to Expo React Native side, else we display a toast message. In case if you want to send an error back, you can use the same way to send an error back as well, but instead of value you will have to define maybe an error, but then you will have to go to my modules.type.ts, and here along with value you will have to define an error colon string as well. So hopefully you got the point. Okay, again this for this is also not signed toast message. Now here again I have named it incorrectly. This should not be save game state, it should be, so let's come over here, right, it should be view players profile. So I'll just copy this, paste it over here, command S. So here we get the player ID, so we just do play games.get player client, and here we just do get compare profile intent, we add a success listener. So once success listener is called, we start the activity result, and if you here, this will basically display a new screen to the user displaying the player's profile which you want. Again, like I said, if you want to make use of this data, you can. I'm not really using this data variable, so if you want, you can use that as well. Now coming back to app.tsx, let me quickly copy this player ID which I already have. Okay guys, so I was able to generate my release APK successfully. Ignore these errors, these are not really errors, but I missed couple of things, so you will have to generate the release APK again. So the things which I messed up is, firstly, this is not a mess up, I have passed the player ID just to let you know. Things which I messed up was, you need to go to main activity, you need to change the package name over here as well. You need to go to main application, you need to change the package name over here as well. Now there are a lot of cache files which are generated, so if you are changing package name like me, you will have to do two things. So first, you need to come over here inside this app build, and you will have to delete this complete build folder. And the second thing is, you will also need to delete this build folder, and then again you will have to do build generate. So all the things would be already pre-filled for you. Click on next and generate the signed APK. So I have already generated it. Like I said, you need to come to terminal again, and here I have already passed my key password. This is my storage password, this is my key alias. You will have to change it to your own, otherwise again this will not generate your SHA-1. And previously we used to pass this key store, but now it is .jks file. So I'll just remove this, and instead of that I'll just get the path. I'll just open terminal for a second so that I can get the path of that jks file which I have generated. So this is the jks file which I have. Okay, I just need the path, so I'll just copy this, paste it over here. Then I'll just copy this path and I'll paste it over here. Okay, then I'll just enter this command. So here you can see it has generated the SHA-1 for me. I'll just copy this SHA-1, command C, I'll paste it over here, and I'll just click on create. Okay, we don't really need this. Then let's come back to our Google Play console, and here again you will have to click on add credential button. Here you will have to select Android, and here you will need to select your Android client. Click on save changes. Then let's just go back again, and here you can just click on review and publish, and click on publish game project. So yeah, this has been published. Now let me just run the application on my real device and let's see if it works or not. Alright, so I have just side loaded the app. I'll just click on this open button over here, and here you can see I was automatically signed in. So here is the toast message. I made a couple of changes inside app.tsx, minor changes. I have just changed the font size because otherwise the font was taking too much. It was like moving the buttons away, and here I have just added a margin top, and I have removed the justify center over here. That's all there is to it. Okay, so here you can see this is the thing, and also I have changed the button text as well over here. So view player's profile. Okay, now if you want to click on login button again, you can do that, but we are already logged in, so doesn't make any sense. Then you can just click on view player's profile, and here you can see the player's profile. Now this particular player has not played the game, so there is no details as such to show, but hopefully you got the point. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.